I loves me some 1 degree of Chunky B.
Now, I just have to make a comment about Chunky B. Have you ever seen him looking so good?
The panel then includes actress Lainey Kazan, comedian Chunky B, and Playboy TV host Julie Strain. Chunky?
What was the question? Adler.
Yes, sir.
This dude, the dude in the garage right now, Zack.
Yeah.
Badass.
American badass.
American badass.
I love it.
You know something? And I just we just met like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you say we get this party started?
I'm down, man. This
All
is
right,
fun.
here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good day to be alive. Let me tell you why. Venice Beach, California. It is by far one of the coolest places to be. My name is Chunky B. We're in 1 degree of Chunky B in the Garage of Love. We're doing another show, and I'll tell you what. We talked about we got the funny. We've got people that have been Oscar winners, Grammy winners. We've had some great people.
That's right.
Football.
That's why we're doing this.
You know we love football. You know them over at the NFL Network, and all is good. But Super Bowl, bada boom, bada bang. But before we go any further, let's give it up for the man in the Garage of Love, the executive producer of Love. Give it up for Gary Adler.
Every time I have to remind him to do the right thing.
I'm setting it up.
What is that, Andy?
You just can't wait. You just can't wait. Our technical
Anyway,
director.
thank you for the introduction.
Andy Davey, the manimal. I'm excited. You know, excited when I get
It's
to
an
kill a
exciting
guest.
day.
It is a great day to be alive. Andy, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back down the mountain with all your family members. The ghetto of the mountains you did go to, and you conquered.
Yeah, Mount Baldy.
Mount Baldy.
I don't recommend it. 1-star Yelp, I would say.
But a lot of people don't realize if you live in Venice, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour drive, you're on a mountain skiing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, and all the kids are snowboarders. Are you going to get your kids on snowboards?
Lilia. Yeah.
Really?
You can surf in the morning and snowboard in the afternoon here in Southern California.
It's a great place to be. And speaking about great place to be, the Garage of Love is a great place to be right now. Zack Asack out of Duke University. Round of applause for this guy right here.
Thank you very much.
That's our guest.
Chunky, thank you.
You are one of our new friends, and we work together over at the NFL Network. And this guy walks in, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I lay eyes on this freaking guy, I'm like, okay, what if like a bunch of aliens got together and say, okay, let's build the best man we can build. Yeah, I want him good looking, but he's got to have muscles. He's got to be smart. He's got to be good with the babes. He's got to be great athlete. Here he is right here, the man that I think aliens put together. How are you?
Yeah, but
Zack Asack.
Cursed with a crazy kind of name,
smarts,
right?
but thank you.
Put your mouth right up on that mic. Get yourself comfortable.
I'm good.
Welcome to the garage.
Thanks, man.
Okay, I know a little bit about you, not a lot, but just to set the people listening and watching right now, where were you born? Where are you from? Give me just a 30-second quick background.
Gotcha. So I grew up in a little town, Westwood, Massachusetts, right outside Boston.
Right.
Real blue-collar town. And grew up playing sports. My dad raised me. My dad was actually played for the San Diego Chargers in the early 70s, a defensive end and
Really?
big dude. And so we brought my brother and up to be football players. And went to college at Duke, was a quarterback there, and really enjoyed my experience and had a cup of coffee with the Cincinnati Bengals and played over in Barcelona, Spain. And then a couple years later, I'm here in beautiful Los Angeles working at the NFL Network and having the time of my life. It's a dream job for me.
If you don't mind me breaking
please,
this down.
let's back up a little bit.
Right,
yeah.
right. Because I want to talk to him about what he's doing for the NFL. Okay, you just kind of skipped over one of the greatest schools, great learning institution is Duke University. How does a guy out of Massachusetts, were you like ahead of your game? Were you like the stud of the area as far as football?
I did pretty well. I won. I was ranked the #1 quarterback coming out of high school in Massachusetts, and we're always the #1 in the state. We lost in the playoffs my senior year, but we were I went to Zavarian Brothers High School, and it's a Catholic all-boys school, and they've always had a lot of success. The Hasselbeck brothers, Matt Hasselbeck and Tim Hasselbeck, they're alumni from my high school, and but we've always had a lot of success, and I've always been interested in Duke. My dad went there. He played there. He was a fullback. He played from 68 to 71, and he played fullback, got hurt, and then he played linebacker and was drafted in the NFL, but he brought my brother and I up, and for my high school, it was a Catholic school. You know, there was a local public school, but Zavarian was the best school for football in the state, and it was very good in academics, and it was in my hometown, and so I was like, I'm going to go there. If I want to go Division I, I'm going to play here, and I got in, and things went well, and, you know, it brought me to Duke, and I had a very successful and happy career at Duke.
Okay, check this out.
When you were a freshman at Duke, were you on the JV squad or something?
Well,
how does that work?
You know, I went there because, you know, I got offers from other schools, some as quarterback, some as defensive back, but I wanted to play quarterback. But the quarterbacks they had there, they were only going to be there for a year or two, so I thought I could play early. 5 games into the season, the senior quarterback at the time wasn't doing well. Bill O'Brien, the quarterback coach at the time, now the Houston Texans head coach, called my name, and from there I started for the rest of the season and did well.
Wait, you notice how he just skips
so
over
crazy,
some crazy
dude.
details? So you're on the bench as a freshman.
I
Did they redshirt you?
I was a 6'3", 185 little. I didn't know anything about, like, this is big time. I mean, it's not like you can go out there and just throw a couple of touchdowns like high school.
Florida State or Clemson or anybody,
Yeah,
right?
but you were at 185?
185 pounds, yeah.
How much you weigh now?
250.
All right. 185. That's what my 15-year-old son weighs.
That's what I weigh right now. And I'm heavy.
All right. So you get your number called and you get in the game. And
So, yeah, it's at the University in Virginia in Charlottesville, and they call my name. It's second quarter, but midway through the second quarter, I'm like, oh, my God, here we go.
Are you guys getting waxed or something? Or the
yeah,
guys just not doing
we're
well?
getting waxed pretty good. But so I'm like, what the hell? So they called it. I could run. I was a dual threat quarterback, so I could run and throw. So they gave me a couple option plays, and I was running up the field, and then on the first drive, one of my second or third passes, I throw it, and it gets picked off, and I get nailed by who was it? I forget the name off the top of my head, but this guy nails me, and this guy's one of the senior star defensive linemen on the team, and I just remember he holds me down by my throat. And I'm just like, I just feel like the biggest wimp right there. I'm just like, Zach, you got to man up if you want to, continue to play at this level. But throughout the rest of the season, I got more experience as the year went on. And so I feel fortunate for that.
Okay. In high school, okay, you must have been like the Babe Magnet.
Yeah,
right?
I went to an all-boys school.
Oh, you went to,
yeah.
Man.
But we had the best school dances.
Any hot teachers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So you going to Duke is, first of all, it's a great institution. You must have been smart. You could, like you said, your high school.
I was a BC student. I made enough to get by, but yeah.
Right.
So.
And then your dad had pull to get you in.
I don't know if pull, but he was very open and for anywhere I wanted to go, and he took me all around the country going to these different football camps. But I've always had a familiarity with Duke, and I knew people there, and it was just the best fit for me as a quarterback. And of course, I wanted to, I've always wanted to be in my dad's footsteps, so it was just the best fit.
Now, were you a good kid in high school? Were you on the weekends drinking and stuff?
No, I didn't start drinking until senior year. I just always wanted to be at home with the family, and I never wanted to get in trouble. But things have changed since then. But
Zach, I'm going to be jumping around here.
Yeah, but you have a kid like that, Chunk.
Yeah, I do.
You
Right,
have a serious kid. My kid's the same way. He's an athlete. He doesn't want to he doesn't want to mess around.
Right. But I'm not saying your dad was strict, but was he like had his hold on you and
No. I mean, if I want to go out, he's like, Zach, just make sure you always call me. I'll always give you a ride. I'll never ask you anything else. They understood what was going on. I mean, they were in my shoes just, not so long ago. But
how old are you right now?
I'm 28.
28? You look younger.
Now, when you went to Duke, they weren't the greatest team in the world, but lately they've had some success.
Yeah, so I had 2 different head coaches when I was there. And I had 3 different offensive coordinators. But the head coach they have there now, who I was with there for 2 years, he's changed the culture at Duke, and he's doing really, really well. He's recruiting a lot of the athletes more, a lot of the brothers. I mean, they're just, these. When I was there, the guys wanted. It was academics first, then football. They're getting guys who want to play football, who are hungry, and that's what they need. And, they're a lot faster guys. Smaller guys is a more spread out system, and they're doing well. They won their first bowl game.
They're competing, man. They're in the top 25 now.
Yeah,
all the time.
So people, I used to tell people I played ball for Duke. Hopefully they thought I played basketball. But now I can say I played Duke football, and, they go, oh, wow. So you get a little credibility.
Right. Now, we've had Jim Rower from Dallas.
Jeff Rower,
Jeff.
Linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys.
And then, of course, our guy from Denver.
That's right, Nate Jackson.
Yeah. Who's been on the show a couple times.
And Boyer.
And
Nate Boyer.
And Nate Boyer.
Oh, wow.
You met Nate Boyer, didn't you?
Yeah.
He's been sitting right where you are.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the show.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
So I always like to ask a football player because the whole concussion thing, and there's so many people talking about that stuff. I don't want to go into details, but when did you get your bell rung? Like, holy shit! I'm talking to you're on a sideline talking to grandma.
2007, first game of the season against University of Connecticut. I go in, and I scramble, and I get about 5 yards, and the guy comes and just lays head on helmet type of hit. And it was the first time I got up and I went to the huddle, and I had one of the wristbands that calling the plays, and I'm like trying to look at it, and I'm seeing about 20 different players in this huddle,
right.
And I'm like doing the thing with the eyes trying to open them. I'm like, holy smokes! Like I was like, and like I ended up finally trying to understand what the heck the play was and got it across, but thank God it was just a run play because. Oh, I got my bell rung on that.
But you, I know your eyes are too blurry. But can you imagine being in the huddle, and all of a sudden you're looking at your quarterback like, oh, our leader can't see straight.
Yeah,
it's almost like you're blind. It's almost when you get your bell rung. It's just it's you get this blurry and you just oh my God.
But the rest of the team has no confidence. Like we're not gonna get this fucking play off here, you know?
Yeah.
Handoff.
Yeah,
It's just handoff. Thank goodness.
Somebody grab the ball.
If it was a pass play, I don't know what the heck would have happened. Yeah.
What's your worst game?
Oh, probably 2008. We played Virginia Tech, second to last game of the season at Virginia Tech, and it was literally. I grew up in Boston. I played in the snow. I played in very cold games, but in Blacksburg, Virginia, number one, they have one of the craziest fans and stadiums, and they come out to enter the Sandman. I mean, it's pretty cool. But these rowdy fans, from the mountains with like 3 teeth, they're just yelling crap to you all game, and. The ground was so I couldn't feel you just couldn't get warm. I had about 5 layers of clothes on. It was miserable, and it was close to the whole game. But I threw 4 interceptions, and on one of those interceptions, I remember going back, and I just threw it up there, and one of their star players picked it off. I get to the sideline, and I get to the phone. I'm like, oh boy. When the phone starts ringing from the offensive coordinator,
right. You don't want to pick it up.
Yeah, I was just like, I hope that's not for me. Anyway, it was for me, and I can't hear what he said. He's just yelling, yeah. The only thing I heard him say at the end was like, I hope you fucking die in hell. I'm like, and I look at the phone. I'm like, okay, this fucking asshole, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
The coach.
Oh yeah, and I tell him that every time I see him now. Yeah,
does he admit to it?
He's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I get heated. He's one of these guys.
Did you get laid in college?
Yeah, but the Duke girls. I mean, they're always.
You gotta ask a pro. I mean, a stud on a football team.
It seems obvious to me that the guy got laid every night.
Listen, I'll say this.
Every night.
The Duke girls were okay, but if you wanted the real pretty girls like my types, I like the blondes and just the fun ones. You go 8 miles down the road to
the Catholic boys' school.
UNC.
But you guys, Duke's in what town?
They're in Durham, North Carolina. So you got the Raleigh Triangle. You got Duke. You got North Carolina, NC State, all in a 50-mile radius.
Yeah, it's a crazy
it's awesome.
triangle.
It's
there.
a lot of fun.
And you go to other campuses, and did they welcome you?
Yeah, you don't really tell them who you are, but like UNC, if you go into UNC, all the bars are 21 plus. So I used to go there freshman year. I got busted with a fake ID, and this is after our head football coach told us we used to get in fights with the football players over there, and it got news. So the coach is like, I don't want anyone going over UNC anymore. this dumbass right here goes 2 weeks later, and I get busted for a fake ID, and he makes me do plays with the twos during that week, and I have to call my mom and dad and all this and that, and go to court and go in drug and alcohol classes. But I learned from it.
Hey, Zach, I do know something about you that I don't know if you know. I know because I asked Coach about you, Coach Mariucci from the NFL Network, and we're going to talk about what you do for him later on. But he slipped me some information. I don't know if I'm supposed to bring up, but did you get in trouble academically?
Yeah, yep.
Break it down.
Yep. So freshman year, summer going into my sophomore year, we always had summer school, and I got busted for plagiarism. And that wasn't good. Yeah. So come after a pretty good freshman year, there was some hope for our football team. This young guy coming in, and they had hopes for me doing well. So I was going to be the starting quarterback coming in that year. My dumbass, I wanted to go have a good time and party, and didn't commit myself, and took the short road, and ended up copying a paper and using it as my own, and I got caught and busted, and Duke doesn't take that very lightly. So
okay, I want more details. Did you find this piece of paper and say, I'm going to use this and put my name on it? Or did
Yeah. I took a paper that someone wrote a while ago, and it was very similar to what I wanted to write. I wanted to change a few words around so it sounded like I would write it.
Right.
Yeah. And the teacher didn't think the words sounded like something I would say. She put a sentence in, and the paper come up, and I was like, oh, crap.
Who knew they could do that, right?
Shit.
God.
Yeah.
Bless it.
Oh, yeah. So, and it didn't. Yeah, during
How did it get back to
what
you?
was the consequences?
Yeah.
I was suspended for the whole year. And, but during that year, I used it as my redshirt year. But when I got home, I got to work with the New England Patriots, and that was friggin' awesome. I got to be I got to be an extra arm with them and go to the practice with them every day and work with a lot of their injured guys and throw to the receivers, work with Brady. And I got to learn so much stuff.
Did you get to learn more cheating?
Yeah, from the Patriots.
You see, you ain't us.
Kids
Chunky.
at home.
Yeah.
It pays to cheat. Look what happens. You get to hang around Bill Belichick.
Right. Your punishment is to hang out with the best football team in modern day football. Yeah. Okay, so you learned, you got there, everything was cool with that.
Yeah.
You go back to school.
Yeah.
Do you have your tail between your legs, or you?
Yeah. It was embarrassing, and then they recruited.
How many guys do that and don't get caught? I mean, come on.
Oh, that's a story from another side.
Seriously.
Yeah.
How did you get caught, dude?
I think they wanted to use me as the poster child and poster boy because of who I was, where I was on the football team, and which I don't blame. I mean, and I gave a lot of talks, and hopefully I sent the message to a lot of the kids. But I mean, at that age, I'm gonna backtrack.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year of that school year, we had our academic advisor come in, and he said with all the freshmen, he's like, "Look around you. I guarantee you someone in this room won't be here next year because of cheating." I'm like, yeah, not going to be me. Whatever. But yeah, I'm the dumbass who gets kicked out. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, I mean, it was a very embarrassing time, but.
How did Pops take that?
He was. That was the toughest thing I've ever told my dad. I was home during like a 1 week summer break, and I had to leave to go back to Durham the next day, and I was sitting with him in the basement, and I just couldn't have the words come out of my mouth. And then I don't know, God was next to me. They finally came out, and I told my dad, and I just started breaking down. And he was very supportive during the whole process. He was angry at Duke for them doing it to me, but also angry at me. But he was a good dad, and turning this to a lesson and what you learn. So but it turned into a positive down the end.
Wow. And it's crazy that he got caught. Everyone does crazy things in college, right? But he got caught cheating, kicked off the football team, right? And flip it over to my sister, right? My dad was on the task force against terrorism. He was an FBI agent, and my sister got caught doing a bomb threat.
Oh my God!
I'm like, so y'all work in the categories that your family knows best,
But you know what? One thing I'm glad I did, and I don't regret, is when the whole situation happened, when the newspapers were asking me everything. I'm glad I came out and just admitted what I did. I told them I did plagiarism because I didn't want people starting to think, oh, what did he do? Drugs? What was he doing steroids?
Right.
Was he smoking weed?
So the press didn't let out exactly what happened.
No, I told him. I was like, I got in trouble for plagiarism.
Right. That was it.
And then everyone. And then the funny thing was when I got the job with the Patriots, one of the first days that I met Bill Belichick, and hey coach, how you doing? I'm Zack Asack, and we're just making small talk. He's like, oh, why are you here? He was like, stupid story. I got in trouble for plagiarism. I'm suspended. He's like, plagiarism? You got in trouble for plagiarism?
That ain't nothing, kid.
Yeah, that ain't nothing, kid. Same thing with Rodney Harrison. Yeah. He's like, you got in trouble for plagiarism? I'm like, yeah. So
now go let some air out of these balls.
Hey, easy on my Patriots.
Oh, man. Okay, speaking of balls, you got a crazy name, dude. Zack Asack.
Oh, I've heard it all.
Yeah,
There's
man.
probably not one joke. You know something? I was prepping for the show today.
Can't do it.
We don't prep.
Yeah, you can't.
But I was thinking like
You were thinking about first names that go with his last name?
What joke has he not heard?
Yeah.
Can we come up with something fresh?
But you know what? There's been a lot of football players with crazy names, like Dick Buttkiss, for God's sakes.
But nobody would mess with him. Of course,
of course.
You know what the funny
best.
thing was? During college, my buddy and I, he had a funny name. His name was Eric's Rex. Anyway, and we used to look at the blogs, and we were in this kind of group for the top porn names in the ACC, and I was one of them, Zack Asack. So I felt very privileged.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. Yeah,
Zack Asack.
no kidding.
That is a good porn name.
Yeah.
But what?
Not as good as the Manimal.
Yeah, right. But what? Is that the best first name for that last name? I mean, what were your parents?
I mean, the name Paul
That's
runs
a
through my
great
family.
fucking question. Okay.
I think that the parents they knew it rhymed. I think they knew what was going on. Yeah, they rhymed. Because my brother's named Paul and my grandfather's named Paul, and I mean, there's a long longevity of names Paul, but there's no Zach. So Zack Asack, I think.
That's a quarterback name, though.
It would have been. My dad always said it would have been funny if I grew up in Hackensack, New Jersey. Zack Asack from Hackensack. So,
Right.
Yeah, how crazy
Not
would
bad.
that
Oh.
What if you played hacky sack?
be?
With your sack.
With my sack.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Dude, we all have had embarrassing moments, either at the workplace or whatever it is, a picnic, on the field, on the gridiron. Is anything that you sticking out?
On the
throw up
gridiron.
or
On the
lose a
gridiron.
shirt?
Okay. I'd have to say, my freshman year when we played at the University of Miami, it was a hot day, so we were drinking, all pregame, and it was about the second quarter, and the defense was on the field, and I had to go pee so bad, and so I sprinted into the locker room, and I usually keep my mouthpiece in my pants, and just because it's not connected to my helmet or anything. Right. So I go in the locker room, I'm at the urinal, I'm buckling my pants, and next thing I know, plop, right into the urinal cake goes my mouthpiece. I'm like, oh shit. Like, this is horrible. So I'm like, but I'm rushing. So the only thing on my mind is getting back into the field so I can go back and play. Right. So I put get the mouthpiece, put it back in my pants, go out into the field. I'm going out, plop it right into my friggin' mouth. I'm like, and it was like, I got
Can
that.
you taste that fucking
piss,
urine soap?
I'm like, I did this face and like, I didn't say anything to the rest of the guys, but I'm just like,
That's
put
hilarious.
a whole hunk of pee in my mouth.
Now, I don't want to, this is kind of embarrassing because I'm asking too many details. What do you wear underneath your football pants? Do you just wear the cup? And you wouldn't even wear a cup?
I've never worn a cup.
That blows me away.
Come on.
But what about the jock strap?
What we had was just tights, and in those tights we put our our thigh pads.
Right.
And
Your ASAC.
What was going on with your
just,
ASAC?
I got that ASAC. Yeah.
Just really, there's nothing supportive.
I wore a cup once when I was about 8 years old, and it was very
It's
uncomfortable.
not comfortable.
I know,
not-
But they're
Yeah,
required.
chafage.
Aren't they required in college?
I don't
No.
know.
No shit.
they're not.
Yeah. And you know what? I've never gotten hit between the legs.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I was playing football, and I went over to soccer when I was in high school. But right before, and I was a good football player. To this day, I regret not staying with it. But my friends were like, "Hey, we're gonna play soccer," and so I went over and played soccer. And I sucked at that. But yeah, right. But this team was pretty good. So we had some scattered out about Cincinnati, and so we had these group of guys that I didn't go to high school with or anything, but we were on the same football team, and I was the stud on the team. And I was I went through the line, I was fullback, went through the line, boom, got past the linebackers. I didn't have much speed, so the safety came over and got me and grabbed, and I didn't lock the little strap on my thing, and so my pants went all the way down to my ankles.
Nice.
And the guy still didn't tackle me. So I'm doing the penguin, right? But I don't have. I've got the cup on.
Oh, you do?
I've got the cup on, but I've got the jock strap, so my ass, you know, is just like a thing. And I swear to God, they all started laughing. The other team started clapping.
Oh, it was during a game?
Cheerleaders, yeah. Cheerleaders are dropping their pom-poms, and everyone's looking at me, and I'm trying to pull my pants up. That was the most embarrassing moment in my short football. And then my soccer story is I was playing soccer in college, and I was so hungover. This is when you were allowed to kick the soccer ball back to the goalie, and he was allowed to pick it up. I looked away between my legs into the goal.
Oh, that's the worst.
The soccer ball went in between my legs. I was the goalie, and boom, and the coach yanked me out of the game, and his wife hit on me that night.
Nice.
She felt so sorry. She saw a tender side of me. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to talk about disappointments, but was it a disappointment after college and you hung out with the Bengals for a minute?
You know what? No, it really wasn't, because I got an opportunity to play at that level. What was funny is that I grew up playing quarterback my whole life, but they picked me up as a free agent as a safety, and I didn't know anything about playing the safety position. You know, playing quarterback, you get really soft. You get a prima donna, and you don't hit anyone. I mean, you just get hit. So, you know, going with the Bengals, I mean, learning a whole new position, and you know, you can't make any mistakes. But what I did know was alignment, because you know, as a quarterback, you had to read the safeties. Sure. You know what their responsibilities. So I understood that. But the toughest thing was hitting the guys and learning how to hit again, and you know, your different reads. But you know, after going through training camp and then they finally cut me, I didn't have the fight anymore. You know, the Houston Texans, they wanted to give me a try at safety, but in my belly, I didn't have the fight anymore. You know what? And the thing was, I could live with that. I was just like, I don't have the passion anymore. And I mean, it's a huge commitment. It's a lifelong commitment. I couldn't commit all my time and energy to play that position that I wasn't happy about. In love with, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
No, is it weird? Did you get drafted?
I got picked up. I went to 2 pro days, and I did well. And there was a bunch of agents there I had great times and speed and right up there. And they did well.
But isn't it weird to say, okay, listen, we're really interested, but now you're a safety? Did you say what?
No, because I did quarterback and safety drills at these pro days.
Okay,
and I did well, and I put up really good speeds and all the events I did. Right. So
how nerve-wracking? How nerve-wracking is that?
It's not nerve-wracking. I love it because I knew I was good at it. That was my specialty. Because playing at Duke, you didn't get much notoriety, but because it's such a small school and we didn't have much success. But when I went to these pro days, I stood out from the others because I was one of the top athletes there. So that helped me.
In high school, you're thinking you want to be a pro athlete. Okay. So you choose Duke, which is kind of a risk to go pro.
Yes.
Back then, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, it was you play in the ACC. You're playing
still
one
D1,
of the top.
still ACC. You're still playing
yeah.
Clemson and Florida State and everybody else.
Correct. I mean, you're playing against top quality competition. Yeah. So, but I mean, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't make any change. I love Duke. It was just in my career now at the NFL Network. It's nice having Duke on my resume. I feel like it helps me. It gives a lot of credibility. Even people think I'm smart. I'm not. I'm just a very average guy. But I mean, and all the success the basketball teams had. I mean, it was a great school to go to. It really challenged me. I'm glad I went there.
Did your brother do anything with his?
He played football at Duke. He was a kicker.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. He was he did kickoffs and he did real well. He actually led the kicking team with on tackles. He was a beast. He played linebacker and kicker in high school, and he was the strongest. He said all the. I mean, I work out all the time, but he was stronger between he and I. I mean, I have a better physique than him, but he set all the special team records in the weight room. He was always a beast.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He was a kicker, and he led the special teams in
sounds
tackling.
Like the Raiders kicker from Florida State. What's his name?
Okay, you got to picture him like he used to wear a neck collar. You picture him like Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy, but as a kicker. He was just big and just like crazy like that. He did well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that combination. Hey, you guys, Chunky B. 1 degree of Chunky B in the garage of love, and if you want to get your quack on, you go to Venice Duck. And I'm not even kidding. This is a good beer. Tell your friends. Don't be afraid to get your quack on. Dude, this is actually really good beer.
It's fucking great beer.
You're so lucky.
Oh shit, I'm still recording.
Hey, you guys, music provided by Play Up Music. That's playupmusic.com.
What's up, guys? This is Zack Asack, former quarterback of Duke and segment producer of the NFL Network, and you're tuned in to 1 Degree of Chunky B.
Black is the night that holds you down. Black is the night that holds you down.
We're still unsure what the hell you're doing over at the NFL. What's going on here? I know you're. What's your title?
So I am. It's my dream job, honestly. I love what I do. I'm a seasonal employee, so I'm only here for the football season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I was hired as a segment producer, and I have very lucky to work with Steve Mariucci on the NFL Game Day show on Sunday mornings, 4-hour show. And, he was a former head coach for the 49ers and Lions, and he's been a long-time analyst. So I prep him and produce different segments as he's in during the week. I just make sure he's knows everything he's got going on during the show and do all his notes and kind of manage him for the week.
Okay, now you're not on ear with him during the show.
I am not. No,
Okay,
no.
the other
But I
producers-
talk to him all during the week, every day. We come up, if we're breaking down a play, I'm like, hey, Mooch, what do you, we're going to talk about, Patriots offense. What do you want to break down? And he tells me, and we make an XO tape. And our special features Mini Mooch, where we put a miniature him in a play, and it's a fun.
Funniest thing on football
It
broadcasting.
really is. Look it up on Google. Google
Mini
it.
Mooch?
Mini Mooch.
This year, his kind of theme is he's been riding a lot of animals. And
Would you guys put him on the Eagle?
Oh, we did Eagle. He's been on a monkey riding.
Yep.
No, he's been on a monkey riding a dog. He's gonna be. I'm going ahead. He's gonna be eaten by a panther this week. So this is gonna be last. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Now, if anybody, and I'm saying this across the board, and it's especially to our friends in Raleigh, look up Steve Mariucci. Okay.
Oh, he's great.
Once you get to know him, he's such a great guy. Yeah. Then you start to think, how in the hell did he take the pressure of being a head coach for the Niners, especially when you had that rich owner back then, who I can't even remember his freaking name. But Steve Mariucci, you want that guy at the bar. You want him at the barbecue. You want him at your family functions and stuff like that. But for a head coach, you don't see Mariucci looking like Belichick. You don't see how do those two, because Mariucci is the nicest and funniest. And he's got an earpiece going on, so you got producers here, you got the stage manager here, you got all the notes that he studied throughout the week, and then you get camera guys like me and Reed, who who's been around, Reed, my wingman.
Reed,
Reed at the worst times will go up to Mariucci and tell him a joke.
Oh yeah.
And Reed's
Dirty
jokes
jo-
are the
dirty-
dirtiest
dirty
jokes
joke,
known to mankind. And you can see Mariucci cringe, and he's like, I just lost thought. Don't talk to me, Reed, because I can't think when you tell me a joke. Because he's got people talking to him. Nicest guy in the world. Did he call you in on this? When you got to the thing, did you guys know each other beforehand?
No, we didn't. And I applied for two totally different positions. And the guy who hired me, he thought, because my football background and everything, that Mooch and I would relate. And he's like, he offered me this job. He's like, we need a segment producer for Mooch. Are you interested? I'm like, I mean, yeah. I told him I was interested. And then a couple days later, Mooch calls me and he gives me this in-depth 1-hour interview. Like, he's asking me all these, kind of difficult questions. And it was pretty impressive. And, it was kind of nerve-wracking, but, I guess I did well. And we've really just hit it off. He reminds me of like a Chris Farley. This is a lot of antics, but he's just literally the nicest guy. He makes my job very easy. He just always wants to know everything about you, and just very easy going. So he prepared. I think what made him such a great coach and a great guy in his career now, he's super prepared. I mean, I sit with him after meetings, and he has his highlighters out, and he wants to go over his notes. It's just like a game plan in football. I mean, he wants to know all these plays, what you're doing, whatever scenario you're in. I mean, he's like that for the show. And, that's pretty impressive what he does.
Yeah, and he does love his notes. He loves his note cards.
Oh, he
and Marshall Falk.
Oh.
You ever see him start stealing the notes and
Oh, he
stuff
does.
like that?
Oh, yeah, they give him a hard time. Oh,
Yeah.
They all do.
What are you thinking, Gary? You had a lot on your mind over there.
Ben's doing a 360 photo. So
Oh,
was
right on,
posing
right
for
on.
it, yes.
And so, speaking of Ben,
Yeah.
how about,
guy on the couch.
right, you know what this guy does? He emails us. He lives in Brooklyn. He emails us and says, hey, listen, I'm coming to L.A. I love your show. Can I sit on the couch for
that's cool.
a couple shows?
Oh, this is
That's
awesome.
how we know Ben Rubin.
This place is awesome. This is my first podcast. This is pretty cool.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, this is great.
Hey, you know something?
It's almost professional.
I didn't even think about it. It might be too late, but can you say something good to Coach about this?
Of course.
Say something good
Oh, yeah.
about us.
I gotcha.
So
Yeah,
maybe
man.
next season he comes
Oh, he
on.
would love it. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
Could
if
you
he-
could you imagine? Because maybe you could come in with him. You know
We might. Yeah. If I don't know what you guys are doing Friday.
what's going on Friday?
Nothing. He's coming into town where we're going to go see a movie, but he would love to do something like this.
I'm
Seriously.
available.
Dude.
Okay,
Don't
I'll
even
talk
tease
to
me.
him. I'll
Talk
talk
to
to
him.
him. Okay.
Say I'm a mile away from NFL. Come in the garage.
Listen, I went out to dinner with him the other night. It was actually kind of cool because who went out with dinner with us? I met. His name's Les Snead. He's the new GM he's the general manager of the L.A. Rams, former St. Louis
Yeah,
Rams.
go Rams.
Yeah, so I went out to an Italian dinner with him and the GM, but Mooch has the best Brett Favre stories. So if you want to hear some great Brett Favre stories you've never heard of,
Yeah.
he's the man to go to.
So see, this is what I want to do. I want to merge what our show, thing is.
Yeah.
We're comedy driven.
Yeah.
But I'd love to educate through some great stories.
Listen,
and
we've never been shy of guests.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
if we get
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
I know he's busy, but yeah, he's very open with this.
Yeah, let me know ASAP because I got tickets to the theater Friday night, and I'll blow it off for Moochie's. My wife will kill me. What's up? Are you a single dude? You're just totally
No, I'm engaged.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, I have a few.
Nice. Ben, are you clapping? Ben's clapping.
Yeah, that's been the tough thing. I mean, I've been living here in L.A. and my fiance, we have a house in North Carolina, so we've been kept long distance the last couple months.
So she moving out here?
No, I moved back to North Carolina right after the Super Bowl, so I'm trying to find a full-time thing here. So that's my goal right now. It's just tough with this 6-month thing. So
Okay, I was still thinking about Mariucci. What time? What time? I mean, what town do you live in? North Carolina?
Charlotte.
Oh, you live in Charlotte.
Yeah, so I'm surrounded by a bunch of Carolina Panther fans who I can't stand.
Yeah. A lot of people don't notice it, but
Hey, we got it going on right now.
yeah, for a minute I was a Gamecock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in
Those Gamecock girl fans, they're smoking hot.
they are.
Oh, they are.
And they'll shuck their own oyster, suck it down. Where's my beer? And they got another.
You know, I'm an FSU alum, so
Oh, that was my favorite. That was my favorite place to play. Going
it's the
up
best,
and seeing those
man.
girls. Oh my goodness.
hell yeah.
That was good.
Well, let me ask you something. When you first, when was the first time you realized, like, all right, like this stadium's full of 80,000 people. They're all watching me. Like, do you remember that moment?
Oh yeah, when we played my freshman year, we played at University of Clemson, and I mean they hold 90,000, and that was the biggest stadium. And I had the best game of my career there, and but just going, I think what it is just how loud it is. You're in a huddle, and the guys are just 2 feet away from you, but you have to scream in everything you do, and it's awesome. I mean, it gives you an adrenaline rush, but it's loud, and if you're at it, I used to love playing away games, but when you're an opposing team and it gets rowdy and loud, I mean, it gets intimidating, and I can see how that's an advantage for a lot of teams. Whatever level you play at, I mean, it's intimidating.
You ever feel like just like a gladiator, like I'm just another guy, fighting a lion here, and everyone's watching me?
Oh yeah, I mean when we played, at Virginia Tech or at the university, those fans are rowdy. I mean, they're just yelling stuff and and they're throwing stuff, and those players are just they're getting after it. They're feeling it, and they're talking trash and saying anything, and you got to man up and just get after it.
But Zach, did you ever get your feelings hurt? Like you get tackled, you get sacked, and someone talks.
Oh no, because I pretty much heard it all. I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I think it's funny. Yeah,
right.
And I'm one of those guys who talks back, and I'm the worst trash talker in the world. But I say crap every once in a while to them. Yeah.
Right,
Can't imagine what goes on, in that scrum.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, are guys like trying to kick you in the crotch?
Oh, everything, man. I mean, it's dirty. I mean, they're calling you names you never even heard of. I mean, I've been called the N-word, and I'm the whitest
Yeah,
thing from the suburbs. I'm just like, what is going on? And but I always, growing up where I did, and it was a real blue collar town. I was always one of those tough kids. So when I ran the ball, I didn't slide. I wanted to run you over, and I did that for a lot of the times, and I got up and I told you in the face. And these some big dudes, and so I always felt proud, and that I could always run you over. That was one of my things.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So. We're football fans, right?
Yeah.
But when you go to the NFL on a Sunday morning and you see the boys walk out, they're
I
walking
was
out.
just gonna ask him, like, when did he feel small? You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, I've always on the football field, like I've always felt small.
Like when he walked in here today, I felt small. I can imagine in the NFL or even in college football, you must have felt small every
I was
now and
always
then.
the biggest guy in high school.
Right.
And I was always tall, but I mean, when you're playing against the D1 guys, I think that's the difference between each level you play, just the size of the guys. But these guys are big and they can run. I mean, you got D linemen that are 6'5" and beyond, and that's not counting their cleats, and they're just big dudes, and they're just massive, and they're about 60 pounds heavier than me, and and they can run fast. So it's tough.
Did you have to deal with PEDs?
Not at Duke. I didn't really see much of that. A lot of guys smoked, but there was a couple guys on the team that I overheard that they took some stuff, but never got caught. But growing up, there was guys that you just looked at them and you just knew that you don't normally look at that. Yeah,
Right.
And I think there's stuff nowadays that's out there that I've heard of that just, like growth hormone that they couldn't test that guys were on. I think I saw it more in high school, like some of the inner city schools. Like there were some big dudes that were just, I think from what I hear, they admitted that they were on it and, they were very successful. But, doing it in high school, it was crazy. Some of these guys.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, let me ask you this. What pisses you off? Well, not even talking about jobs or in general. Let's get to know little Zach here. Let's get emotional.
Pisses me off? Oh, jeez.
What makes you mad?
A little emotional.
You know what's funny? Because I like teasing people. I like joking around and giving people a hard time. But when someone gives it to me, I get a little offensive by it.
You're sensitive.
Yeah, because I always feel like I'm a little alpha male, like when I'm in a different crowd, and I don't consider myself a bully, but I like razzing people and give them a hard time. But when someone gives it back to me, I'm like, oh,
F you.
Fuck yeah, you fucking asshole. Yeah. But then I'm like, all right, Zach, step
I saw
back.
that look in his eye when I said they call it the all boys school. He looked at me like, fuck you. Dude.
Yeah. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Right on.
But,
What's the nicest thing you've ever done for somebody?
nicest thing? Oh, Jesus.
You better say your fucking fiance, dude.
Yeah. Let's come on this podcast. No, I don't know. I just, I'm a big, I definitely have a soft side. If someone does something nice, I'm a big one into writing notes versus text messages or emails. Like, I feel like if you write a note to someone and you send it to
Like
them,
a real note.
Like a real
Yeah,
note.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
like a thank you note. I mean, it really goes a long way. And
I agree.
And I got that from my mom. She's always, I feel like women do that. I just feel like they always write letters to each other. And it's like,
My wife loves to write me Post-it notes all over the
oh,
place.
yeah. Oh, my fiance loves
I get
that.
a trail of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But all my buddies, I do Post-it notes, but all my buddies give me a, Zach, could you steal that offline? Did you copy that? Did you plagiarize that? I'm like, no, asshole.
Where'd you steal that from?
That's funny.
But, I think just little notes I do to people, they like it, and it means more to me.
If you go back to Duke, can you stand on the sidelines and watch a game?
I can, but I think I'm going to be like my dad. When I have children one day and if they're football players, I'm just going to be one of these crazy dads that can't sit there. I have to be alone, and I'm going to be a nervous wreck. But But
what are you talking about? Nervous wreck? Just going back to what? No,
I'm just saying. I right now in my life, I can go back and watch a football game and enjoy it. Right. But when I have children down the road, and if they're going to play in football,
you're watching them. Yeah,
because I remember my dad. I never knew where my dad was in the stadium. He was a nervous wreck, walking back and forth, and just wanted to be by himself when we were playing. But you know what? Outside of football, I don't watch it that much because I get all these emotions that come back to me, and good and bad, and it gets emotional to me sometimes, and some good and bad memories. So I pick and choose the games I watch. It's weird.
Yeah. You have to see this man on not the sidelines, but at the edge of the beach. His kids are like a phenomenal surfer. Both of the kids are. But his youngest is
I've calmed way down, by the way.
oh God.
Oh, that's nerve-wracking,
But
though.
no, he used to be on the ankle, knee deep, whistling, doing hand signals, like he was
really?
like bringing in a plane from LAX.
Yeah, I've learned to calm down.
Yeah.
Well, the
we've
riptide,
lost
that
enough.
mean, oh yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, the red tide. I got a 12-year-old surfing 15-foot waves. That's scary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No
don't blame
kidding.
you.
No
Yeah.
kidding. When do you get married?
April 30th. In a
Cool.
little small
Where's,
town in North Carolina.
What are you gonna wear, Chunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a tux?
Oh, you haven't got your invite? It must be
The
stuck
mail's
in
all
the mail.
jammed up.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
I bet you handwritten it.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah,
you know
I
what?
did. Yeah,
You know that Chunky can do the nuptials.
Oh,
I am
really?
certified. I did a wedding just last month.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
you know,
good at it.
Right.
Poor
I
couple.
did.
Comes out in a purple daishiki.
No. I was looking good. But I met the parents.
Yeah.
Whatever. I knew the couple that was getting married because they asked me, and I got there and I'm like, I think I got a little room to play here. So I did it like a Dr. Seuss.
Oh, did you?
Will you cherish? Will you love? Will you give up a glove? How do you whatever?
You not wear the glove.
I don't know where I went there, but I took the risk of like having that goofy little, and it was great.
was
It's
good.
phenomenal. Tore the house down.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Chunky, I got a question to ask you. You working at the NFL Network? How many years have you worked there?
I'm fairly new too.
You're fairly new.
Yeah.
So you've been on more shows than I've
Yeah.
worked on because I'm new.
Yeah.
What's one of your best moments there? I mean, you got a pretty cool job. You get to see a lot that goes on.
Okay, I can tell you my favorite moment was my first day at game day morning. Not this season, last season. So I go up to Rich Eisen, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know the rules of like how much he allows to communicate before, because there's so much, like what Zach was saying. There's so much prep that you give the talent space to concentrate to do their best performance. I wasn't thinking 30 seconds before the show, I walk up to Rich Eisen and say, "Hey, Rich, I'm Chunky B, your new camera guy. I'll be shooting your single." And I was like, "Oh, great. Nice to meet you." The show music goes, the intro goes, boom, the cameras go on. He's like, "Hello, welcome to day one. Like to welcome our new camera guy."
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. He goes, "Chunky C."
No way.
And Warren Sapp, who barely spoke a word to me in the rehearsals and stuff, goes, "That's my boy Chunky B." And all of a sudden,
Give a little shout out.
for like 30 seconds, my first day on game day morning, they bust out a Chunky B story.
Wow. look
And then
at
you
that.
got Reed and all the the
yeah,
veterans
yeah,
there
yeah.
like, "F you, man. I've been doing this show for 14 years and I've never been mentioned." Yeah.
What's the toughest part about your job?
Staying on your toes for 4 straight hours of a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
We go to different sets on this big studio, and you've got Tony McEwen, one of the best directors known to mankind. He's the island in the storm. You want to be a better performer for him.
Yep.
He motivates. So you got to concentrate. You got Puma, the best stage manager. He's got a lot of moving parts. So all you got to do is, with all the noise and people communicating, pick the ones, pick it out that you need to hear.
You do a great job, man. Like sometimes I go in the control room and I see all the different camera angles and what Tony does and everything you do. I mean, I think people who aren't in, TV and see what goes on behind the scenes. It's interesting. What
Isn't it
everyone
pure
does.
chaos?
Oh, it's chaos.
At times?
Yeah. It's
What's
controlled
funny though
chaos.
is if I ask him sometimes about the show and he doesn't remember it because he's so concentrated on the shot. He doesn't even know what they're saying or anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get insider information so I can make a bet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And something, those guys are experts, but any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it is a joy, even though you got to wake up on Sunday mornings at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I will keep doing that show until they kick me out.
What do you love about your job?
The teamwork.
Teamwork. Yeah.
The goal, we all have a common quest,
Yep.
is to put the best production together that we can.
Yep.
And sometimes you got wink links,
Yep.
and you got to pick it up here and there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you walk out of there going, "Fuck, we got our ass beat," or "Damn, we beat some ass."
Yeah,
and I can't, even though we get up at noon on Sunday afternoon, and we come home after a long night of prepping and doing the show. I can't sleep.
Oh, yeah, I
There's,
know.
there's no just like shutting down. It
No,
takes
you
me
get a little high
hours.
off it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah. I gotcha.
And you're gonna be this is your future, man. You're gonna be doing it.
I hope so.
Apparently you're good at what you're doing, man.
I love it. I love it. I mean, this is where I've grown up playing football. This is where my knowledge is, and working with Mooch, he's a great guy, and
Right.
I'm just trying to learn something new every week and day at the place. So, and everyone's just very helpful and just open. Welcome.
Can
to
you
the
move from segment producer to something else more full time? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I guess the next step is a producer, and they have full time producer positions. But I'm always keeping my eye open, and I'll talk to the people if there's any openings there. But I just it's good and bad because I like what I'm doing with Mooch because he and I have a great relationship, and I really love what I'm doing. So I'm happy where I'm at. I just wish it was, full time,
The whole season,
yeah,
right.
whole season, whole year long,
right,
whole year
right.
long. So,
If you go back to North Carolina, what you're doing, what are you going to do for work there? Do you know?
Maybe something at ESPNU or
Oh,
the
that's
local
cool.
NBC affiliate, and I for the last 4 years I've been working with the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC digital network, and been doing a lot of their digital media, and that was a lot of fun, covering everything from the ACC related and doing everything digital media based, but I don't know. We'll see. So I've applied for some stuff, but
He's so fucking young. Look you're young.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. You sure you want to get married?
what's it?
No,
Yeah.
He ain't that young.
Yeah.
He's 28.
What are you, 27, 28?
28. My fiance's 30. She's a ECU grad. She was a volleyball player. She's a tall girl. She's 6'2". So
Oh my God, you're gonna have some
I
monsters.
hope so. I just hope they're healthy. But
Yeah, right.
There you
10
go.
fingers,
So,
10 toes.
yeah.
What are those?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen if you have a kid? It goes to college and he comes home and says, "Dad, I got caught cheating."
Oh.
Or what if he says,
I've
I want to
actually
play
thought of it.
badminton?
Badminton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, as long as
There's
you love
worse.
them.
There's worse. Yeah.
He's all, oh, God.
Yeah. No, my fiance Jamie, she wants the guys to play volleyball. I'm like, they're not playing freaking volleyball. If they have a girl, they can play them. But
No concussions in volleyball.
yeah, I know, no. But I don't know. I don't care what they do. I mean,
Right.
I'll be one of those dads. I've been through a lot of crap. I've seen a lot of crap. I'm very open. So I'll be understanding. I think my fiance would be the harder one on him.
Yeah.
If you had any advice to give to him as a parent of a very athletic young man, what would you say?
Support. Just support.
Yeah.
And do what your dad did, because your dad drove you across the country or whatever to get to camps. And just what I had to do is learn to shut up on the sideline. Just like you at the beach.
Yeah.
You just, because you know the game and you're going to be smarter than that coach because you've got way more experience than that. Like I'm talking about Pee Wee football.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
when you really got to shut up.
Oh my God.
It's rough.
I got asked not to coach my kids' baseball team.
Really?
I was the first base coach.
Oh, really?
And I was just a little too
Vocal?
loud. Yeah. And other coaches, the league got together and said, "Does Chunky really need to be on the field?" And so they, but
I said yes.
Yeah.
Just so
Oh,
you know.
and by the way, my kid went. His team went 32-2.
Wow.
They just lost they lost their first game in the playoffs. My kid got up to bat. Oh God, it's like 125 times, and struck out 4.
Really?
Yeah. But now
Beast.
it's all about lacrosse. I don't know if you
good.
noticed in the backyard as you
Do they
walked
have
in.
lacrosse here in California?
It's so
Because I
bad.
know it's big in the East Coast.
Yeah, Mike's kid.
Duke has a great lacrosse
Oh, they
team.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kid wants to. He doesn't know if he wants to play football or lacrosse. But that's why he was like, "Dad, I'm having trouble staying awake to meet you."
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Oh, a guy from Duke. Wow, this is awesome." And he's playing tight end at Palisades High, and he was the only dude on the freshman team in the playoffs.
Good
Made
for
it to
him.
varsity.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, he's-
That's
And
great
he
experience.
was 88, and I showed a picture to Michael
Michael
Irvin,
Irvin?
and
Oh, yeah.
he goes, "Give me that." My kid was in the newspaper, big photo of him like running, and the ball looks like he's got like a loaf of bread. He's not even holding the ball right, but he's like
How old is Jack now? 15?
15.
How big were you when you were 15 years old?
So that was about sophomore year. I was about 155, about 6'2", 155.
6'2".
Yeah.
Damn.
He's scratching about 6'1", and he's maybe.
I was a late bloomer. Everyone,
Yeah, but he's-
because I tell people I play quarterback. They're like, "You play quarterback? I mean, you look like a linebacker,
You look
or
like a
lineman."
fullback for
But
sure.
like everyone, don't be discouraged about what size your son is, because everyone blooms at a different age.
No, I'm saying he's big.
No, he's big.
Yeah, he's 6'1", 100 and almost 90.
He's big.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
He's
That's
beefy.
Good. Keep up the speed. Speed kills.
God, he doesn't. That's why I wanted you to meet him, because I'm like, dude, you got to work on your speed.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, I am. I'm like, no, you got to even change your run.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like hopping a little bit. I'm like, don't stop your hopping. You don't glide.
This is you being quiet on the sidelines.
You know what's funny? Talking about running.
Yeah.
Any girl I date, I have to see how they run, because if they don't run well, that's a turnoff for me.
Wow.
I can see that. I can see
it's
that.
very low and shallow, but I want to have
For me,
athletic
it's about
kids.
BJs. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't give a good BJ, I'm not
But
taking
this is the
it,
thing
you know
about
what I'm saying?
blowjobs. I always tell. I don't like blowjobs. I never know what to do with my hands. What do you guys know? I don't know to put them on my head. I just don't know. So I'm
Listen,
like,
that's the least of your problems.
It's like that joke. What's that joke? The guy comes in, he's like, "Oh, I'm celebrating my first BJ." He's like, "Oh yeah," and the partner's like, "Yeah." And he does another shot. He's like, "Dude, aren't you celebrating too much about this BJ?" He's like, "Yeah, but I gotta get the taste out of my mouth." Should we put a bow on this?
Definitely.
All right.
That was great, guys.
Zack
Thank you.
Asack, what an honor to have
Thank you,
you
man.
in the
Appreciate
Garage
it.
of Love. You're welcome back here anytime.
Thank you.
And then we've got one more Power Week. We don't even know when this particular show we're talking on right now will air, but who cares? It's worth seeing and hearing you. And our friends out east, our friends in North Carolina are going to be like, look at Zack, look at him, still living strong, still looking good.
That's right.
Thank you for being in the Garage.
Thank
of
you,
Love.
guys. You guys
Gary
are awesome.
Adler,
Thank you, Chunky B.
You are the most awesome person alive. And the Manimal, look at me. I'm saying it correctly.
You're doing good.
Andy Davey. What you do is you bring a calmness to this reality.
Yeah.
That is
We don't know how the hell you're doing over there as far as the directing goes.
Yeah, but
right
hey,
now you could be on Zach and we're talking to you. Who knows, right?
I'm doing the whole.
And how about he's been so well behaved. How about Ben Rubin right behind us?
Guy on the couch.
Nice job, man.
Yeah,
Good job. There he is.
Zack Asack, you are a gentleman and a scholar, and it's an honor for you to be here.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm Chunky B. This is 1 Degree of Chunky B, and we are DONE. Thank you.
Great job.